loser Kari Lake and Republican candidate Ron DeSantis are feuding, and it's awesome.
Well, I said I was going to give him a pro tip because I was watching as he's campaigning across Iowa, and Iowa's hot and sweaty in the summer. I know people think of the cold winters there, but, you know, have you seen the video? It's like every time he's around people, he's so awkward, but he's literally wiping the sweat off of his face and then touching people and rubbing his nose. Ron, use a tissue, please. The people of Iowa do not appreciate having your runny nose and your sweaty face rubbed all over them. Be a human being and be polite. Blot your face with the tissue, but please don't rub your sweat all over people.
Looks like Kari's no longer feeling that BDE. You know, the big DeSantis energy. Look, it's clear what happened. Ron DeSantis was forced to admit reality in a recent interview. That reality, of course, is that Donald Trump lost the election. I mean, Joe Biden literally is the president. They did recounts. They did 60 court cases. Again, no mass voter fraud. In fact, there's this whole thing, where Donald Trump is currently being prosecuted for, his attempts to try to steal the election using the same lie that, of course, Kari Lake is using. So we see what happened. Now, when Ron DeSantis, of course, did that, it was over. I mean, it's not like Ron DeSantis was ever on track to win the Republican nomination. No, he was getting curb stomped by Donald Trump, Donkey Kong. But he was in second. Not anymore. Chris Christie now has overtaken him in New Hampshire, in the most recent New Hampshire primary polls. So now he's losing ground, again, to Chris Christie. Wow. And so he's lost ground with, Trump supporters, the Chuds, because, well, obviously they don't want him. They wanted Donald Trump. They've always wanted Donald Trump. And so he was never going to win those people. But he's also lost the normie Republicans. Or maybe he never had the normie business Republicans. Look, originally they were looking at him and going, okay, look, he's not Donald Trump, so maybe, because Donald Trump's a disaster. So let's see about putting some money into Ron DeSantis. And it turns out, no. The business Republicans don't want him now because he's too focused on failed culture war issues, going after gay people, trans people, fighting so-called woke corporations. And these corporations that are just, doing like things like DEI, right? Diversity, equity, and inclusion, doing their investing. And, they're looking at Ron DeSantis passing laws against that, which actually hurts their business, and going up again after corporations like Disney. And like, well, we don't like that either. Oh, no. And look, Disney, by the way, used to give a ton of money to Republicans. Not anymore. And so, yes, they're looking at other people than Ron DeSantis because he really bungled not only his campaign, but he's got nothing. He really doesn't have anything. And now he's lost people like Kari Lake, although I think he lost her quite some time ago. And he is just flailing at the polls, not doing well. And so this leads me to the irony of this entire segment. And that's me actually acknowledging that Kari Lake, for the first time in her life, happens to be right about something. DeSantis is awkward. DeSantis does not seem to know how to function around other human beings.
Well, I happened to be in San Francisco a month or two ago, and within 10 minutes of me being in the city, I see some guy relieving himself on the sidewalk with number 2. Like, I mean, it's just, I've never seen things like this before.
I'm not a candidate, so we'll see if and when that changes.
Oh, what is that? An icy? Yeah, that's probably a lot of sugar, huh? Good to see you.
Today, your poll numbers behind President Trump have been pretty substantially behind. And you
Not here.
Have a beer with, as always, yeah.